It was supposed to be a joyous occasion. My birthday had always been a celebration, filled with laughter, gifts, and the warm presence of family. This year, I had invited close friends, my husband Ryan, and, reluctantly, my sister Vanessa. She had a knack for drama, but I had hoped, maybe naively, that she would hold herself together for the sake of the evening. I had no idea what was about to unfold. The dinner started pleasantly enough. Candles flickered on the table, the aroma of roasted chicken and garlic bread filled the air, and everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves. Ryan held my hand across the table, smiling, and for a brief moment, I felt the warmth of normalcy. Vanessa, on the other hand, seemed unusually tense, her eyes darting around the room as if she were waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And then, she did. Midway through the dinner, just as I was cutting into my birthday cake, Vanessa leaned back in her chair, a smug expression crossing her face. "I have an announcement," she said, her voice loud enough to silence the room. Everyone turned, sensing the drama that always seemed to follow her. I smiled politely, assuming it was a harmless declaration about her work or some minor personal achievement. "I'm pregnant," she continued, pausing for dramatic effect. "And the father is Ryan." Time seemed to stop. The fork in my hand froze midair. My cake sat untouched on the plate. My husband's eyes widened in shock, as if he hadn't expected to hear the words either. My heart slammed against my chest, my mind scrambling to make sense of what I had just heard. My sister, my husband, my birthday dinner. I wanted to scream, to collapse, to demand an explanation. But my body refused to move. Vanessa's face radiated smug satisfaction, clearly expecting me to break, to cry, to beg, or to lash out. She had planned this, orchestrated it for maximum effect, and I realized with a sinking feeling that she had rehearsed it countless times in her mind. Ryan's face turned pale. He opened his mouth, closed it, then tried to speak again, but no words came out. I could feel the betrayal, the shock, and the humiliation radiating from him, but also from Vanessa, as if she were proud of the chaos she had created. I took a deep breath, forcing myself to remain calm. Anger and grief battled within me, but I knew that reacting impulsively would only give Vanessa the satisfaction she craved. I had to regain control, to assert myself, and to protect my dignity in the midst of this personal storm. "Vanessa," I said, my voice steady, cold, and controlled, "that's quite an announcement. Do you have any evidence to support that claim? Or is this just another one of your dramatic attempts to ruin my evening?" The room went silent. Even the waitstaff paused, unsure of how to proceed. Vanessa's smug smile faltered slightly, replaced by a flicker of irritation. "How dare you?" she spat. "I'm telling the truth." I leaned back, keeping my composure. "Then we will handle this like adults," I said calmly. "We will verify the facts, but until then, I suggest you respect that this is my birthday dinner, and that dignity is non-negotiable." Ryan's voice finally found its way out, shaky and hesitant. I swear, I haven't—" He trailed off, realizing that words alone couldn't fix the damage the accusation had caused. I turned to him, my eyes sharp but controlled. "Ryan, we will discuss this later. Right now, the priority is to not let anyone else's chaos steal our composure." The rest of the evening became a delicate balancing act. I forced smiles, made polite conversation, and refused to give Vanessa the reaction she wanted. Every time she tried to needle me, I responded with calm, measured statements that deflected her attacks without escalating the situation. I realized then that power in moments like this isn't in shouting or crying. It's in controlling yourself, asserting your boundaries, and refusing to allow manipulation to dominate your emotional landscape. In the days that followed, I took deliberate steps to address the situation. I confronted Ryan privately, demanding honesty and transparency. I confronted Vanessa separately, making it clear that any lies or manipulations would have consequences. And I surrounded myself with friends and family who supported me, who helped me process the shock and the betrayal in a safe space. Eventually, the truth emerged. Vanessa had fabricated the story, hoping to create chaos and gain attention at my expense. Ryan had been shocked and confused, but innocent. The entire episode was a manipulation, a test of emotional resilience, and a stark reminder of how some people exploit personal relationships for drama. The aftermath was a mix of relief, anger, and empowerment. I realized that my composure, my measured response, and my refusal to break in front of Vanessa had preserved my dignity and authority. I had turned a potential public humiliation into a controlled situation, exposing the truth while protecting myself and my marriage. Reflecting on that night, I understood several important lessons. First, composure is power. In moments of personal attack, emotional control can neutralize chaos. Second, boundaries must be enforced firmly and consistently. Letting manipulative behavior slide only encourages repetition. And third, truth has a way of surfacing, but it is our response in the interim that defines our strength, character, and resilience. Years later, the memory of that birthday dinner remains vivid, a story of betrayal, shock, and ultimate triumph over manipulation. Vanessa's attempt to shatter my world failed, not because the accusation was untrue, but because I refused to give her the reaction she craved. My marriage endured, my dignity remained intact, and I learned that strength is not measured by the absence of pain, but by the way we navigate it with intelligence, grace, and resolve. In the end, my birthday dinner became a testament, not to the chaos Vanessa tried to create, but to the power of self-control, measured action, and unwavering commitment to truth. It reminded me that even in moments of extreme betrayal, one can rise above, protect what matters, and assert control over one's life without giving in to manipulation.